Hi, Jamie here. It's been a while since I've made a video, and it's certainly not because I've forgotten or I've given up on the channel. Not at all. In fact, I've just been going through another rough stint. Um, I had, I started getting super sick, and I got covered with psoriasis. And it turns out that our apartment was covered in mold, and so once I figured this out, I moved my kids and I to a hotel, and the psoriasis started going away. In addition to that, my son had had a number of infections with really high fevers, and so on top of that, we had to move, and so moving in China is one thing, but moving in China twice, yeah, talk about stress. But we're settled now, and I'm healed. The psoriasis went away really quick. It was great. And if you are interested in seeing the before and after pictures, they're pretty dramatic. I was pretty bad off. In fact, half my hair kind of fell out. I started getting chunks of my hair falling out, and I was just like covered. It was really bad. But I'm fine now, and I'm really grateful to be on this end of that journey. But I just thought today, that's kind of my situation with that sort of segued nicely into a video, because about how I use dreams kind of just on a day-to-day basis. Because every day I document my dreams in some way or another. I'm not as good as I used to be where I write them down every day, but because I understand the symbols and I understand what they mean or are telling me, I always remember them, and I do a quick analysis of what's going on. And I think I take that for granted, that I have access to that information. It's so phenomenal. And for those of you that maybe are new or don't know, I am a strong component and cheerleader, and will be to my grave, of Michael Sheridan's process for analyzing dreams. And if you're not familiar with him, I will put his link in the information as well. He's a good friend of mine, and I'm so grateful, because those of you that have worked with him or have read his book or just know anything about what he does, knows he's, bar none, I think, of anybody I've ever come across, knows dreams. And so because I've had access to his information and I've been able to incorporate it into my own dream analysis, it's really remarkable. And I think I just take for granted the fact that I have access to information that a lot of people don't. I mean, they dream, but do they really know what their dreams are telling them? And it's countless how many times I've dreamt about something and just changed gears in my life that morning. Things are different. I'm going to change gears, and it's affected my life. So because of the psoriasis, and because I haven't connected with you guys in a really long time, I thought I'd take that opportunity to talk about a couple of examples of how I just use dreams in my own life to make changes, just to change things. And a lot of it is health related. But some of it's not. I've had dreams where I wake up, and because I understand the symbols, I know that the dream is telling me that somebody around me is maybe doesn't have my best interest at heart, and so I kind of have to think about them a little bit differently. I've had that a number of times, recently, especially. And I also, so there's the full spectrum. I've also had a number of times where I've been lucid, and dream characters or guides or other not from my own psyche, but from outside of myself, they come up and tell me information. So I think it's just a rich way to live your life. And so I'll just give two quick examples to kind of share. The first one specifically around my psoriasis. So when I was going through the healing, it went really fast. Honestly, within a month, I was pretty much all cleared except for a dry patch on my hand. And the patch was getting worse. Here, everything else was clearing up, but this dry patch on my hand was getting worse, and it was so frustrating. So I didn't incubate it at all. I just had a dream about how it was a dream where Donald Trump was washing his hands too much. He washed his hands so much, and in the dream I just realized, a leader shouldn't wash their hands that much, so random, and it was so quick. But I woke up and I realized, maybe it's because I'm washing my hands, maybe it's irritating it. And so I still wash my hands, but I wash around it now, and it's finally healing. I mean, just such a quick, small example of how I use dreams to help me with just like really basic but really life help, like just that, not having this dry patch on my hand, this final thing, is really a big deal for me. So it's amazing. And another example I'll give is, there was sometimes there's no sour cream in China. So when we make like taco salad, we tend to put this like yogurt on top to kind of give it like that taste of home, of maybe sour cream on top of your taco salad, or like a quesadilla or whatever. And one dream I had, a woman was talking to me about stop eating the white stuff. And I just was like, I don't know, I wasn't lucid, but I was kind of listening, kind of not, and in the dream. And she took me by the shoulders and she said, that white stuff, you think it's sour cream, but it's not sour cream. You put it on top of stuff. Stop eating that. Like tomorrow, do not eat that ever again, and don't give it to your family. So I woke up and it was like, wow, that's incredible. We would have like a Mexican type meal once a week. And so in all honesty, if I didn't know to listen to that, or listen to the cues, or just pay attention in that way, I could be eating that for another year every week, and who knows what it's doing to my body. So those are my two examples. I have so many. I can't even tell you. I have so many. Every single day when I dream something, I'm quickly analyzing it. I'm taking notes. It's just become such a part of my way of life, and it's just a really, really rich way. You feel so empowered. One of these days I might make a video about specifically something that occurred with me, with an individual that was around me, and I started dreaming about them. And there was a lot of warning signs. I didn't see them till later, the warning signs in my dreams and in my lucid dreams. And I had guides come up to me and actually tell me, you got to pay attention because there's somebody around you that's just not good for you. And it accumulated into a pretty serious thing. But, it's a lesson for me. It's just that these things, it's remarkable. It's phenomenal. It's really phenomenal. And the big end to this story is Michael Sheridan. Michael Sheridan. He is the reason why I have this. He's the only reason why I have this kind of life, and I'm nothing but grateful. So I'll put his information for everybody else. So because he's got a book, you can get all this stuff on his website for free. He's a good guy, puts it all out there. He's got a radio show. So anyways, I just wanted to also just make a quick video and say hi, say I'm back. I'm going to be doing the work again. I've had a lot of experiences. I'm taking notes. I'm getting back in there. We'll see what comes up. So I hope you guys are all doing well, and I'll talk to you later.